Don't believe the hype. Chillin' with DJ Hype. Hype it up. Say what up to your dog Snoop for me, you heard? DPGC.
Hello and welcome. Second half of the show, kicking off with Congo from the Undiluted EP. After this one, I'm going to be chatting to the King. You must chat to the King. And the Brockie! It's very hard to say Brockie without saying Brockie! Also a special shout to the Ed Solo. He's not here, but he's here in spirit. Okay.
We don't mingle and get entangled with not nothing bungle. That's why we just run jungle rap. See?
Kiss 100. This is MC Dead. Roll in.
Memory is part of our imagination, our capacity to confront what really exists.
Hype, 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 hype. 100.
First time inside the place. We play drum and bass music. We are true players and we love it. Believe me, believe me.
Right, in the studio we have the legendary Brockie and the DJ Ken. You have to have a Ken. What's up?
What's happening?
Yeah, safe, right?
Yeah. So it's been a long time. I've been on this show for many years, and this is the first time I've managed to get you up here.
I know.
But it's at the right time with the label and everything going really well. So I'll kick off with Brockie. Where did it all begin?
Well, it started a long time ago. I don't know if we got time.
1960. No, where, when, how, what?
Well, it all started from the Sunrise days, I suppose. Biology, Back to the Future.
When was that? Because you got to remember, like, you've been around a long time.
Easy.
Old boy.
Easy.
But there's a lot of people that know about the DJ, but they don't really know the history or anything, you know. And there's also a lot of people that are listening now that probably weren't listening back then. They probably don't even know what Sunrise or Biology. So what sort of year are you talking about? 60s, 70s, 80s?
89.
89.
89, 90, 91. So,
it's going to be one of them ones, isn't it? So you started about, I'll keep it, I'll sort of, who's it? I'll be Ali G. Alright, respect, yeah?
Yeah, it started 89. I used to go to the raves, Sunrise, Better Future. At that time, I was going to a lot of parties, blues, and I just wanted to change. So me and my friends decided to say, go to some acid at the time, and we just fell in love.
Go to the acid raves.
The acid raves.
You didn't take acid.
That'd be telling, wouldn't it?
Ooh. And so that weren't a no then.
Stop trying to bait me up. And so from then, we enjoyed it so much. I just seen, I was just there as a raver, watching the DJs do their work, and at that time I was still playing DJ myself, but not acid or as it's known drum and bass. I was playing rare groove and ragga, and
you progressed on. So what the whole cool thing is when it sort of all changed for you a bit, really. Was that around about 91?
Yeah, about 91. That's when it all started to change. 8 years old today.
You or
no, cool. And then from there, with the Cool FM guys, we got together and we just, me, Smurf, Eastman, and MC Det. There's a whole bunch of us. We got together and we just played music throughout on the underground, and for me, just progressed from there.
In the last sort of, I don't know, in the last couple of years, there's been a sort of, last few years, been quite a big change in the scene, and you was probably one of the last DJs to set up a label. Mm-hmm. So I know, because, if you look at the scene at the moment, 99.9% of the so-called sort of top of the range drum and bass DJs have all got either a label, or they're producing for a label, or they're connected to a label. You was about the only one who wasn't, so I'm glad to see that you finally, I've nagged you for a few years, haven't I, to sort of get the label going, and it, like, to me, it's been going, I'm not on your label, but looking at it, it's going really well. Mm-hmm. What release are you up to at the moment? You're only, it's about 3 or 4 releases, but all of them have been, like, big tunes.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we've been playing them. No, I know that, so is it, by having the label, have you seen an advantage in your DJing, in the sense of getting more sort of international recognition?
Yeah, definitely.
Not saying that you wasn't before, but with the label it kind of enhances that, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Just being a DJing, all you're doing is just DJing. Once you start making music, the music gets further afield than as a DJ, as some places. And for me, the music has got me a bit further afield, but it's more just about that,
No, I don't know.
I love it.
He loves it. He's 8, he takes acid and he loves it.
And hold tight, Shirley and Tracy.
So what's in the future? I mean, obviously this EP's coming. When is it released? Or is it due for release?
It's due for release. It should be out at the end of January.
And it's like a sort of you, Kane and Ed Solo joint thing.
Yeah.
Is it? What's going to be the sort of name?
The EP is going to be called Showdown.
Oh, it's also got the Undercover Agent.
Yeah.
Daz's remix on there as well, isn't it?
Done by Daz, yeah. So the EP itself is going to be called Showdown. It'll be at the end of the month, and at the moment most of the DJs are supporting it, and like yourself and the stations, and it's doing well. And
you were saying you're probably going to have like a few sort of tour nights next year. I know you said you're probably going to be doing one at the beginning of the year at Heat.
Yeah, definitely.
Atomics in Maidstone.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was saying to you and Kane that I'm probably going to try and get a sort of thing at the end. True Players and Undiluted, so I look forward to that. You know what I mean? Support the cause.
Okay.
What about website? Have you got a website set up?
Yeah, I have. I've got www Undiluted. My website's on there.
Yeah, what is it? Like, if someone didn't know, how would they sort of tap in?
They just tap in www./Undiluted recordings or buy the record, it's on there.
Do you know it, Kane?
We know.
Be a rago.
Oh, street ting, man.
Rago. You have to just find out yourself. Or check next. Is it in Atmosphere?
It's in Atmosphere.
Pick up the J. Has he bought an iron yet? He's out in Paris at the moment, actually. So what else? What's planned? What's going on? What's your sort of next year? You got some nights. You got the EP. I mean, you was talking to me in the week about possibly doing a mix CD. I've got to tell you what you're doing,
yeah, we're going to do a mix CD. Coming out sometime next year. Undiluted tracks. There's some VIP mixes on there, unreleased tracks. You know.
What, dub plates?
You know. As for the and we're going to do it at a good price for the punters that supported us, and you know the rest of it. As well as that, we're going to try and do a little live thing with some live vocalists, you know, just try something. And
I can sing, you know.
As well as that, we're going to...
The hills are...
We're just trying a few things, you know.
Okay. Let me just change the record before it finishes. 2 seconds. Oh, incidentally, in the background is Toothbrush, DJ Zinc on the Beats by Design EP. Plug. It's special. We got Brockie and Kane. You have to have the Kane. I don't know why I keep saying that. Special. Where are you New Year's Eve? Mate.
Quite a few places.
Well, where will you be at midnight? Like, that's probably the most important.
I'll be at One Nation at 12 to 1.
You're doing the 12 to 1 at One Nation down there in Stratford.
That's right.
So I'll be there up the road at World Dance in Stratford. Right. I wanted to go somewhere like tropical. Well, we're in Stratford. It's all right. We shouldn't complain. It's going to be a good millennium, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, what about any shouts?
I'll send a shout out to MC Det. Big up your chest, you know. A shout out to the Skibbity. A shout out to Shirley and Tracy. Brian Frost or the V Massive. A shout out to Pascal Zinc. And a big shout going out to the Ed Solo. Can't forget you. Slippery over there in America. And a shout out to all the ravers that are out every weekend jumping, you know, picking up the scene.
You know that. For real. For real. All right, let's have a chat with Kane, because he's been sitting there quiet, just giggling.
In the corner.
So, your life story, sir. Any shady secrets?
Not that I'm going to tell you, mate. I told ya.
We know one. So where did it all start for you, mate? Sir.
Funnily enough, it was listening to people like yourself, actually.
That's not good.
You know what I mean? I'm a bit younger than some of you.
We're all younger than.
I used to listen to Fantasy, man. I was too young to go out and that. I just used to tape the sets. From then, just used to, I started going and buying records, and happened to send a tape off to this station that I listened to in about 92, which was Cool FM. And from then, it just became, you know, I took it from being a hobby to something a bit more substantial.
So as well as doing the DJing, you've been all over the place. I know I've seen you in Germany and that, and now doing the music. I know you have been doing it, but you sort of now linked with him. Him, we'll call him him. You was the last release on Undiluted, weren't you?
That's right, number 3.
What was that called?
Abstraction, backed with Menace.
And have you got any sort of new ones lined up? I know you got one sort of with them like on the EP, but
yeah, there's the Congo track on the EP, which we all done. There's some more tracks. I'm enjoying working like as a unit at the moment, you know, because I've always kind of worked on my own.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's working really well at the moment. We're just gelling and just rolling out the beats. So, you know, there's some plans to get together.
I've got a remix over there as well that you done for us.
Slow Motion, yeah, that's my friend's brand new record label.
Who's that? Big up
T-Light and Sniper. He's a guy that he's up and coming DJ who's set up his own record company. So yeah, big up to them lot.
What else? Well, tell us about yourself. What's shoe size? What, you know, what's happening? What's with the locks?
Shoe size hype.
I've lost my list of questions. So basically you're just linking with him at the moment. Are you doing your own label as well? Or?
Yeah, I got plans to set up my own record label. It'll be, you know, we're going to work quite closely together, so it'll be within the kind of Undiluted banner. But that'll be when the time is right, basically. You know, it's been... We've all advertised about 12 months ago and all sorts, you know what I mean? So I get bare people coming up to me saying...
I'm still advertising True Plays in the Mix Volume 2 for the last 2 years, so I can't say nothing. I will do it.
You know what I mean? It's just when the time's right, man. At the moment, the priority is just getting the beats rolling, and that's happening, so I'm happy on that score.
Any shouts before you, because you're going to go in a mix now, innit? You're in Brockie, but you're going to go first, innit?
That's right. First. I'm going to send a shout out to... Like I said, T-Light, Sniper, all the Slow Motion crew. Hold tight Gambit, watch out for him, up and coming producer. Also goes out to Ash Attack, Helen, Sammy, Joe, and all the crew over at Live Recordings, yeah? And hold tight everyone that was over at the birthday bash last night. It was wicked. I ain't seen Maidstone like that for a long time.
Yeah, like I said, one more shout out, get out to all the Cool FM man, 8 years as an underground pirate, yeah, so enough respect. Hold tight Eastman, Smurf, Susie G, big up your chest.
That's probably the longest, isn't it? I don't know anyone else has been
as an underground.
One of the longest.
Yeah.
That's right.
That makes us all feel old.
8 years today,
no,
so.
innit?
Well, I'm only 22, so.
Yeah.
That make me about 10.
Okay, so let's just get Kane warmed up and over there. He's got his records ready. No clanging. Only I'm allowed to clang. Once again, if you're just locked on, it's Undiluted special for this half of the show. Brockie and the crew.
The original Rap Ride, DJ Hive on Kiss 100. This is MC Dead, rollin'.
Right, up before this in the background when we were waffling all over it. When we were waffling all over it was John B. Forthcoming on Better Recordings. But for now we've got The King in the mix. And what's this one called, Brooks?
Get Raw. And this one's coming out of the EP.
This is on the EP as well, isn't it?
It's coming up very short, yeah.
Okay. We'll keep quiet and let Kane get on with it. Hype 100 times, Kiss FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
to catch the vibe and feel alive, it's so insane.
In the background, 60-minute man. Brand new funk. Sorry, brand new day. I don't want to start a war. We're going to have Kane in the mix for about another 7 minutes, approximately. Then we're going to hand it over to Brockie, who's going to take us right up to the hour. In the mix. This is another track from the EP, innit?
Yeah, that's right. Showdown remix done by Dan's Undercover Agent.
Shout out to the Juicers Splash lot. So it's quite a varied little...
Yeah, EP, that's right.
Tough little EP, innit?
Try a thing.
When's it due for release again?
End of January.
End of January.
Hopefully, let's put it back. We had it advertised for December, but let's get more promotion and we're going to put it back, as we, to January, yeah?
So it's released for the 2000. First release on Undiluted for the 2000. For the 2K, for the
millennium.
2K, for the millennium. Just locked on, hype with Brockie and Kane. Kane's in the mix up until the ad break, then we're slipping over to Brockie. Don't forget Ray Keefe's is Wednesday and Jumping Jack Frost is next Sunday. Dates for your diary.
We don't mingle and get entangled with not nothing bungle. That's why we just run jungle rock. See?
Right, saddle people, time to show.
going to slip into a quick ad break, and on the other side, you're going to have DJ Brockie rolling it out to the end of the show. So go and do a weed now. Don't miss it. In case you don't know, it's Brockie for the last quarter of the show. I'm just gonna shush. Shh.
And represent.
background, this is an undiluted remix of Det and Skibbity, forthcoming on their little EP probably next year. Shout out to the Det and the Skibbity. Deal with the matter. Remember in the background, Brockie. Sorry, I've nicked his chair.